So I saw Mr. Banks yesterday, and I've been waiting to see this movie for a long time. The movie is with Emma Thompson and Tom Hanks, and it's about the making of Mary Poppins. And Mary Poppins was a very important movie of my childhood. You could say that Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the original with Gene Wilder, and Mary Poppins were the two big children movies of my childhood. I was not a Sound of Music type of kid, and there were others out there that I liked, but not like these two. I was obsessed with these two movies. I would say Mary Poppins the most. I mean, I had me and my sister had the soundtrack, and we knew it backwards and forwards, and so very important movie of my childhood. And I was interested to see that there was a movie being made about the process of making Mary Poppins, because apparently P.L. Travers, who wrote the book Mary Poppins, went to town with Walt Disney in that she really wanted to protect her book, and she didn't want the movie to be Disneyfied. In other words, to keep the true essence of the character of Mary Poppins. And I watched it and I cried from beginning to end. I don't know. There was something about because the movie draws a parallel between Disney and P.L. Travers working and the childhood of P.L. Travers, whose real name was Helen Golf, I think, and she had issues, of course, like all children's like all writers, with her father, and so I think it was a combination of that, kind of bringing up my own childhood, and also just the memory of Mary Poppins. It was I loved it. I really loved the movie. Jonathan Schwartzman. I can't remember the name of this actor, but I was very impressed because he plays the piano in it, and he was so good. Um, there's some things that I found out later because I do that. I watch a movie that's based on true events, and then I'll do research, and it'll ruin the movie for me. And of course, I couldn't help myself, and I did that yesterday, and it did a little bit, but I thought it was well done, and I was a big fan of Disney growing up. I discovered things about him later on, like he was an anti-Semite, and he was a racist, and all these things that I don't like. But saving Mr. Banks. Parents of the world, when you're out in public with your kids at, let's say, a restaurant, and you do not feel like managing them and you give them a tablet, please be mindful that you are in a public place and that there are people around. And if your child is, let's say, playing a video game, don't have it at the loudest possible volume. And please, even though the tablet is managing your child, you still have to play a role. So the kid doesn't get to be as loud as they want to be because they're in a public place. All right, homosexuals of the world, we need to go over online cruising etiquette. Number one, if you contact somebody and that somebody doesn't respond, that is a response. I know that in the traditional world that would be considered rude, but in this online cruising world, if somebody doesn't respond to you, it means they're not interested, and that doesn't give you the right to turn around and insult the person. People are allowed to reject other people, and we're allowed to reject other people. It's happened to all of us. We contact people. They don't like us. It's fine. Move on. Number two, don't lie about your pictures. First of all, don't post a picture from 10 years ago. Don't post a picture from on top of Machu Picchu where we can't see what you look like. Don't steal other people's pictures. Put a moderate selection of pictures where we can get an idea of what you look like. And the opposite of that, the person requesting pictures, don't ask for 75 of them. If what you see right there is not enough, move on.